One thing I wanted to ask about your kind of time as Hornswoggle.
Yeah, man.
You talk about this a lot in the book, but for anyone that kind of may have not really considered this before, because I certainly didn't. Obviously, you spent a lot of time emerging from the ring,
Yeah.
from under the ring, and in order to do that, you had to spend hours and hours under that ring
Yeah.
many times. How did you do that and stay sane? Like, what was your ritual and routine when you knew you had like 4 hours under a ring?
Yeah. So like, let's say it was like a house show, and it was like sometimes it would be I'd have to go out before the show starts, and it would be the main event that I'd be involved in. So it was an hour before the show, the first half of the show, intermission, second half, and I'm out, and it's usually like the last part of the main event too,
Yeah.
for a 2 minute thing. But I would just, man, I was so fine. I would sleep. I would learn to sleep under there. Told the Undertaker story 1,000 times, but I learned to sleep, and then the opening music would wake me up, or the opening music in house show pyro would wake me up. But man, the noise didn't affect me really much at all. The cool thing was I could like picture what was going on in the match above me by the sound of it and the crowd reactions. I remember like Kane and MVP. I had that match down to a science of what was happening above me because of the sounds from what they were doing and the crowd. And I was always like, man, this must be like it was almost like being blind for a bit because I could
Mm.
hear what was going on and picture it and visualize it without even seeing it. Um, I just, but then there was times I would get snuck out right before the match, and that was amazing. But I was so used to it. I had a PlayStation Portable game system that if it was going to be up for a while, I'd play that under there. Like I say, I would just nap. I would take my sweatshirt out and just use it as a pillow and sleep under there. Uh, but it was like it was my space. It was my quaint space.
And WWE at one of the WrestleMania weekends, they actually made like a Hornswoggle's house, didn't they?
Yeah,
Or
they did a Hornswoggle House for 2 years in a row at Access, and it was pretty awesome. Like to me, to be featured like that. They came up to me about a month before WrestleMania week, and they go, "Hey, we have this idea. We're gonna do Hornswoggle's house." And I go, "Oh, that's really really cool." And it really meant a lot to me because they were focusing a whole part of WWE Access on me. It was a neat feeling
Mm.
to do and then people would line up, and the line for the queue line for to meet me and to get a picture and autograph was around the ring. So you'd see there was a bedroom and a living room and another sitting room and a kitchen, all set up under the house and lit up and decorated and everything.
That's so cool. I'd love to have seen that.
Yeah.